Good evening. What it do? 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 Listen, it's another episode, y'all. It's another episode of Lyrical Lessons with Leo, and from Frankie Beverly to Faith Evans, from Anita Baker to Andre 3000, from Maxwell to Megan Thee Stallion. The music has always had a lesson, and we just didn't know we were supposed to be taking notes. Welcome to Lyrical Lessons with Leo. I'm your girl, Leo Rochelle, your lyrical therapist. And this is the show where we dive into old school R&B, Southern hip hop, neo soul, and everything in between to uncover the emotional and psychological lessons hiding in the lyrics, because the music's been your therapist the whole time. Now, let me help you understand what it's been saying. This is Lyrical Lessons with Leo. And let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, I know some of y'all know, and some of y'all might not know, how much of an 8 Ball the MJG fan I really am. Okay. And if you don't know, stick around because you'll learn what it's like to be around me when it comes down to 8 Ball or MJG. They are some of my favorite artists and my favorite hip hop group as well. So we're gonna break down one of my favorite songs, and I know y'all like 8 Ball and MJG. They are so underrated. I know a lot of people love them. I know that they are an amazing group. So many people love them, but a lot of their music does not get the appreciation that it deserves. So today we are breaking down Space Age Pimpin'. Okay, we gonna break down Space Age Pimpin' because most of y'all don't even know what it's about. And I'm gonna give y'all a few controversial little hot takes on this. But to me, and quite a few other people that I've asked, we believe that Space Age Pimpin' is a love song. Okay? And not that little fluffy, sweet, soft, candlelit, romantical type of love song. It's not even the healed, let's have all of this mature love and conversation type of love song. It's not that. It's not Freddie Jackson type of love songs. It's not Stevie Wonder, Rocket Love kind of love songs. It's not that. But underneath all of the player talk, the sex, the luxury, the pimping language, because it's a lot of pimping language, okay? It's a lot of pimping language in this song. But this song is really about two people trying to figure out what it is they want and where their boundaries lie, because boundaries are a real thing. So, this song, as we dive into the lyrics, you are going to figure out that this song is really about, can I trust you? Are you being honest with me? Are your actions matching your words? Is this just lust, or is there something real here? And can we have intimacy without losing ourselves? What you think? Because I think that means it's a love song. Okay. So I got plenty of notes that we're going to tap into this afternoon, this evening, and tonight. But we're going to get into this song. So we're going to dive a little bit more that this love song and the love in this song is filtered through ego. Because, pimps. So we gonna kind of do a little side quest real quick. So a lot of times we think pimps are people who do not have love for the people that that they over or whatever, but they do. Y'all don't have to believe me. Ask a pimp. But this love song is filtered through ego, hypermasculinity, a man that is guarded, sexual confidence, survival language, and emotional testing. Because if you listen to the song, we gonna get into the lyrics that help you understand all of that. But it's such a dope ass song. It's such a song that if we really take the time to listen to it, this man is really letting this woman know, hey, I fucks with you. But here are my standards. Here are my deal breakers and things of that nature. So instead of saying I want emotional connection, this man be like, I want you. I got to have you. And I know that's the woman that's saying that on the song. Like, that's the intro and all of that. I want you. I got to have you. You know, but we know that this is the song from the male's perspective. And also, instead of him saying, I need honesty, it says, let me know how you feel when we communicate. Y'all gonna hear me get into my little shit on this episode because it's one of my favorite songs. Okay. So instead of the other part is, instead of saying I'm scared to trust this, he asks, nah, we gonna get into it. This is a love song, but I want y'all to understand that this is a love song with a man who has his armor on and trying to navigate the different spaces of, you know, trusting and all of that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Our first lyrical breakdown for this evening is keeping it real. Let me know how you feel when we communicate. We'll be straight if you express your mind instead of preferring to wait. All right. So the Leo breakdown. This is the emotional center of the whole song. It's about communication. And a lot of times we don't look at communication in a way that ties us all together. We look at communication as a way, of course, to understand one another, but we don't necessarily look at it as the way for us to bridge the gap between what we're really feeling and how we want the understanding to come across. Because sometimes what we're feeling doesn't come out the same way. We don't necessarily express what we're feeling in that same manner. So I could be like, oh my God, I'm really in love with you on the inside. But on the outside, they'd be like, yeah, I fuck with you and whatnot. But that's not going to necessarily give the connection that the other person needs to bring it together. Okay. So buried underneath all of that pimp talk and sexual confidence, what he's really asking is for straight up communication. Hey, listen, if you communicate with me straight up and we have this conversation and we talk and you let me know what it really is, then we can move this thing in a different direction than if you don't. Because if you choose not to communicate with me 100% and keep it a buck with me, then it's going to cause some problems and it's going to make it hard for me to trust you. It's going to make it hard for us to connect. And it's going to make it hard for us to even move this further in the way that I want it to really go, because I really want to fuck with you. But if the communication ain't happening, baby girl, we not going nowhere. Okay? So, not only is he asking for the communication, he don't want to do no guessing, no mind games, and no indirect energy either. So, he is asking her to say exactly what she feels. And I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Sometimes I have a hard time saying that straight up, especially if, you know, I'm not sure of what we doing or where we are and all of that kind of stuff. If I'm not sure, or if I don't feel emotionally safe in that space, I might not fully give you the, I really want this to be A, B, C, D. You might end up getting like, oh yeah, it's cool, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Telling too much of my business, but it's the truth. In order for someone to give you the emotional, for someone to spill their emotional guts, so to speak, they actually need the space to be safe. They need emotional safety. And a lot of times we don't have that in these situations and fly by night kind of things that we often find ourselves in. Okay. So that matters. All of the communication and stuff like that matters. It matters because a lot of relationships, a lot of relationships fall apart because honesty is absent. Not because the love is absent, but because the honesty and truthfulness is absent. And so that's why I said that's one of the things I'm learning to do, regardless of what somebody is giving me. I am going to learn to be safe in that space. I'm going to make myself safe first, and then practice the safety to express myself. But again, emotional safety does matter. I'm not saying it doesn't. Emotional safety absolutely matters, but a lot of us have to have the moment to be able to fully express what it is that we're feeling to our partner. Okay. So, like I just said, people will hint at it. People will hint at it instead of actually speak it. People will shut down instead of explaining. People will disappear because we all know ghosting culture is a real thing when it comes to dating these days. People will not also fully ghost you, but they'll want to stay connected to you and ghost you emotionally. They won't physically ghost you, but they'll emotionally ghost you. They'll ghost you with communication, but they'll still be try to be around you physically and things like that. So um a lot of times when we have those different layers happening, that's where the miscommunications start to come in, and that's where resentment starts to build. Because a lot of people are trying to make sure that in these spaces that they feel safe. Don't nobody want to be giving all their all and unburdening their soul, and somebody is still like, I don't know, maybe, maybe not, that kind of thing. That's some bullshit. And don't nobody want to do that. So this lyric really shows that underneath the bravado and the macho man kind of attitude, that he really wants somebody to be emotionally available to him. He wants the emotional transparency. He wants the communication. He wants all of those things, but he wants to know he's safe. He's emotionally safe. He also wants to know that you're not going to do anything that brings about distrust. So, emotionally, he wants the person to be emotionally honest while he is also doing the same, because basically he's telling her, hey, I'm here, I'm willing to do the work, and I really want to be emotionally available, and so you can feel it and understand it, but I need to know that this is safe, this is a safe space. um so the mental theme for this lyric is emotional avoidance versus emotional transparency. The emotional transparency is being open, being honest, being upfront, being forthcoming. The emotional avoidance is playing and going around that with the mind games and all of the other things that happens when we are unsure or we don't necessarily feel emotionally safe in that space. Okay? Got it? Cool. And then preventing toxic outcomes. Because y'all know how it go. We talk about the lyric, we do the breakdown, we do the mental theme, and then we give y'all the other steps. And this step is preventing toxic outcomes. If you want healthier relationships, stop expecting people to read between every line. Be clear. Say what you need. Ask what they need. Okay. And when someone gives you a safe opening to be honest, do not punish them with silence. Because some of y'all get petty, or a lot of people take the opportunity to take that honesty and openness from this person, and then you put it in your little, you know, and then you use it against them at some point. Excuse me. You use it against them at some point. And that's not the way to do it either, because that's what creates um people who then end up being hurt by you, but then they go out here and hurt other people because of your lack of awareness or your inability to accept what it is that they were giving to you. Okay? Communication is intimacy. We talk about wanting intimacy in a lot of different ways, but communication is a level of intimacy, whether you would like to believe it or not. If you hide emotionally, you cannot expect emotional safety to grow. So, when conflict happens, do you communicate clearly or do you emotionally disappear? That's your reflective question for that lyric. Because we got about 7 of them in here. We got 7 reflective questions, breakdowns, all of that. So, when conflict happens, do you communicate clearly or do you emotionally disappear? What do you do? I know what I do, but that ain't none of y'all business. That's not none of y'all business right now, okay? So, we'll come back to all of that later. But lyric number 2. Lyric number 2. This man said, "You making me fight against my will. What must I do?" Old girl said, "Would you kill for me?" My boy said, "Yeah, if my life in danger too." So we're gonna stop right there because I know some of y'all who know the song, y'all know that whole little stanza of lyrics and all of that. And I know that's y'all favorite part because it's one of my favorite parts too, to break it down, all of that kind of stuff. But this is where the song starts exposing the emotional conflict, okay? Because that man said, "You making me feel something I didn't plan on feeling. I came in here for a little wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And now you over here got me in my feelings, got me feeling some type of way, got me thinking about you in this way, got me wanting you in this way that I didn't plan on. I didn't plan on wanting you in that way." So fighting against your will is deeper than attraction. It's deeper than that physical level. It's deeper than what you see on the surface, because it sounds like somebody who kind of like built his identity around being, one, detached, but also, two, relying on his hypermasculinity to get him through and for him to be able to attach to women or connect with women in that way, so that he doesn't attach, so that he doesn't fall in love with someone, that he is honestly just navigating that space by it being his masculinity taking the lead, not necessarily realizing that he got desires for this woman, he got feelings for this woman, he got all of these different things popping off. So, but now he's realizing that the other person is pulling all of the emotions out of them. You ever been around somebody and you trying your best not to like that person? That's exactly what he was doing. He was trying his best not to like this person, literally just trying to hit it and quit it, but realized very soon that this person was somebody that he wanted more from, and that he actually valued in a different kind of way. So, for people who pride themselves on control, vulnerability can feel like a threat. It can feel like, why are you attacking me? Why are you making me feel this way? So the vulnerability, because we know in conversations with men that we know, our partners and all of those kind of things, we know how often vulnerability is often seen as a weakness. It's not often seen as something, it's not often seen as a strength. It's not often seen as something that we embrace and we take on and we say, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful that you're so vulnerable." Again, like I said a few seconds ago, a lot of us take that vulnerable moment and then we put it in our little our little satchel and we tuck it away to use it against them later down the line. And so that then becomes a weapon of destruction when we really should be taking that information and using it in order to connect, to become deeper involved or deeper in connection in that relationship with that person. But a lot of people don't fully understand it. A lot of people are so used to having an arsenal of weaponry available that they don't even think about the fact that this person is opening up, this person is being vulnerable, this person is being emotionally aware and emotionally transparent for you to fully understand them. It's a lot. But we got to start paying attention. The other thing is that love does not always feel peaceful at first to someone who is emotionally guarded. A lot of us know those people. A lot of us know those people who thrive in chaos, who thrive in spaces where most people would be like, is this what you like? You like all of this bullshit and chaos and upset and arguing and all of that other kind of shit going on in your life on a regular basis, my guy? No, nobody. I think nobody honestly likes that. It is just something that we've been conditioned to endure because we feel like love is, in love you endure instead of setting the boundary. Okay. So the other part of that is it feels like when you're dealing with somebody like in this lyric in particular, it feels like you are losing control because somebody is stirring all of these feelings and emotions inside of you. You feel like you can't hold on to it. Like you losing your grip. You're losing your grip. I like you, but I don't want to like you, but I want to like you. That kind of thing, you know? So, the other part of that is like, you know, when we have those questions in our mind, like, why does this person stay on my mind? Well, I keep thinking about them. Why do I want them to have this level of access to me? Because they make me feel a way and it feels good. Okay. So then so then like outside of the you making me fight against my will, then the whole little shit shift. Oh, girl said, would you kill for me? Would you kill for me? And my boy said, yeah, if my life in danger too. Okay. Because he said, I ain't out here just about to be killing nobody for you, girl. Okay. So this is the part where it comes into talking about boundaries and healthy love versus unhealthy love. So that, first of all, we all know that this language is not healthy for a relationship in any shape, form, or fashion, but it is revealing love language because this person is like, okay, well, how far are you willing to go to let me know that you love me, that you care about me, that you want me to be around, that you want this access to me? So in order for all of that to take place, let me know. Let me know how far you're willing to take it, how far you want to go. So some people were taught that's how you measure loyalty, and you measure loyalty through sacrifice and danger and pain. Because how, again, like I said earlier, enduring, how much can you endure? How much are you willing to endure in order for me to know that you're willing to deal with me, or how much you're willing to take? And so that's the part where this some of this stuff get a little complicated because I'm not doing all of that. Because some people, you know, some people think that if you do those things that you really love me. That if you practice this kind of living or this kind of tolerance or this kind of showing up for me, then it helps me to know that you're really trying to fuck with me in a for real way. Nah. I'm cool. And some people cannot just say or ask, can we build peace? They ask, would you survive chaos with me? Hell no. And that's why he responded in such a way. She said, would you kill for me? He said, yeah, if my life in danger too. Because baby, I'm not just going out here to do something just because you think it's something I should be doing in order to prove to you that I am loyal or that I'm here to sacrifice or that we can go through whatever together. Yes, we may be able to go through whatever together, but we're not just gonna go out here starting chaos and killing people just because it gets your little engine going. Okay, so that is not intimacy. That is survival attachment. Okay, so that's the part. The mental thing for this set of lyrics is emotional resistance versus emotional surrender. Let's prevent these toxic outcomes. Because we already see old girl toxic. She asking, would you kill for me? He said, yeah, if my life in danger too. So to prevent toxic outcomes, love should not constantly feel like emotional warfare. If a relationship requires you to constantly prove yourself, sacrifice your peace, or abandon your boundaries, that is not a healthy connection. And let me say this again. Abandoning your boundaries. We don't abandon our boundaries in relationships. And I know a lot of us do. A lot of us are still learning how to set boundaries and stick to them and not keep moving the goalposts because we like this person so much or because they feel so good or the connection is such an amazing one. A lot of us are still learning how to set boundaries and not budge on them. But also not only setting boundaries, but expressing our boundaries to other people. I know that's something I'm still learning. Because I'm a former people pleaser. But we want healthy connections. Healthy love will absolutely challenge you, but it should not keep your nervous system in survival mode. You should not always feel like you are walking on eggshells, or your body should not always feel like it has TV static running through it while you're with this person. If your body is constantly in that state, you are in survival mode around this person, and that is not a healthy connection. The goal is not to find somebody who would emotionally die for you or physically die for you either. We don't want nobody out here dying for us. Now, some of y'all do. Some of y'all want people out here dying for y'all. And I can't say that I do. I don't want nobody dying for me. Don't die for me. Do not put your life on the line because I asked you to. That is not. The goal is to find somebody we can live well with emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. We want to be able to get into the flow with the person. The reflective question. Y'all ready for it? Have you ever mistaken emotional intensity for genuine love because the connection felt impossible to walk away from? My God, today. Have y'all ever mistaken emotional intensity for genuine love because the connection felt impossible to walk away from? I ain't gonna get all in your business because I don't want y'all in mind, but we gonna move right along. We gonna move on to the next lyrical breakdown. And then old girl had the nerve to say, remember she said, would you kill for me and all of that? And he said, yeah, if my life in danger too. Then old girl wanted to go even further. She said, even still for me? Man, my boy said, yeah, if this shit belonged to you. Because, girl, what? This goes back to the other set of things when we talk about boundaries, but not only boundaries, now we're talking about integrity in relationships. We are talking about the integrity in a connection that helps us to fully understand what's happening. People may hear steal from me and assume this is just toxic loyalty talk. That is not. And the best part of it is this man is like, you're not just finna have me out here living a reckless life, young ma'am, young lady, young miss. We not doing that. He says, if that shit belongs to you, and that changes the entire meaning of that whole thing. Because first he was giving his boundaries. We talking about his integrity. And then that man said, if that shit belongs to you. So now we are talking about discernment. Because he went from saying, okay, you want me to kill for you? Yeah, I'll do that, but my life got to be in danger too. You want me to steal for you? Yeah, but if that shit belongs to you, because what are we talking about here? If you want me to do all of that, these are the rules. This is how that's going to happen. You want A and B to happen. This is the response to A and B, and I'm giving you C and D. So that man said, I will not be a ride or die for you, ma'am. That's basically what that man said. I will not be a ride or die for you. Because just because you want me to, just because you think I should care that much about some things. I'm not. I am not your ride or die. And so this is why, ladies, you shouldn't be a ride or die neither. You should have discernment, and you should be out here setting your own rules and boundaries and using your integrity and discernment. Because if somebody is constantly asking you to do stuff that you know that you would not do just on any given regular ass day, then why you finna go out here and be a ride or die? You end up in jail, and now your whole life gone, and they out here sleeping with somebody else. Somebody said to me a while ago, men will always choose themselves. And I ain't being toxic. I don't need y'all to think I'm doing the man versus woman thing, but this is something that was said to me, that men will always choose themselves. So if you are going to be dating, do not have your ass out here being a ride or die just for any old body. But also, why do I have to die? That's what I always ask. Why I gotta die? Why does death have to be in a part of the whole relationship and connection? So I'm not about to be out here doing wrong or none of that just because I give a fuck about you. And you're not about to fuck with my life overall. So that is the mature part of the conversation, is because he is using all of that inside of the language, street language, quote unquote. So, because some people think loyalty means defending anything your partner does. That's a lie. A lot of us avoid correction in relationships because we think you're just supposed to go with the flow and things are supposed to just be what they are. No, you are wrong. I'm not following with that. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to set this boundary so you know that this is not some shit I'm cool with. Don't ask me about it again. So real love does not require you to abandon your values. You going to abandon your values for somebody? You're going to abandon what you find to be true about how you live your life? Now, I'm not saying you can't reconsider some things that make sense, or you can't reconsider what things mean to you. But don't let nobody make you switch up your values and the things that you really find true to who you are because they want you to navigate a certain way. Okay? So the mental theme is loyalty versus enabling. Loyalty versus enabling. Okay? And now we're going to prevent some toxic outcomes. So do not confuse support with co-signing dysfunction. Do not confuse support with co-signing dysfunction. Because a lot of us are used to dysfunction. We navigate that shit well. That ain't some shit we should be out here navigating effortlessly. You can love someone and still hold them accountable. That means that sometimes when your people are out here doing wrong, you can hold them accountable. You can correct them. A lot of us, like I said earlier, don't like correction. A lot of us don't like being held accountable simply because it makes us do a lot of self-reflection and how we showed up in that space and in that moment. And if you can't do that, if you are not willing to self-reflect, if you are not willing to take accountability for how you showed up in those spaces and at that time, then there's a different outcome that's going to happen. We're not probably going to be together no more because you can't accept accountability. You can't accept correction or any of that. So, you can, in fact, stand beside someone without standing behind their badass decisions. I support you 110%. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and watch you make these badass decisions and I'm just cheering you on from the background. Hell no. What do I look like? So, healthy love includes honesty. If your loyalty only matters when you agree, that is not love, that is control. Because a lot of y'all think people are only supposed to be in agreement with what you do. Like you don't like disagreements or you don't like people telling you that they don't like that and all of that kind of stuff. So, the reflective question. Do the people you love allow you to be honest with them, or do they only value your loyalty when it benefits them? Because some of us got people that's only around when it benefits us or when their opinion of us is going to make us feel good. Not necessarily the way things, like if somebody said that you were a terrible friend, how many of us will actually be like, oh my God, I know. No, a lot of us would be like, bitch. It would go the opposite way. It would not go the way that we think it would. So, we got to think about who we're around and who we're allowing to be in our space, because some of those things actively prevent us from being able to grow, from us being able to actually become the person that we're meant to be. We're so stuck in having yes men and women around us that when somebody is around us and doesn't agree with how we're acting or how we're navigating, then we get upset about it. Okay? So that's what that is. And then after all of that, then she said, would you feel for me? And he said, yeah, if the way you act is true. That man said, listen, if the way you act is true, then you got me, baby. We good to go. We locked in. So he is basically saying, I can emotionally invest in you if your actions match your words. But y'all don't think this a love song? This man said, I can emotionally put my time, my energy, all that I am, and my feelings into you if your actions match your words. Yeah, if the way you act is true. Then I don't even know if I used the other set of lyrics right after that. But she said, even feel for me. He said, yeah, if the way you act is true, who knows? Fine clothes. Lexus doze. This man said, hey, we can go to the top of the world if you ain't afraid, baby. Okay. He is telling her we can do whatever you like. Let me make sure. Let me pull it up real quick because I know it, but I want to make sure that I get that particular part right. Because he said, who knows? Fine clothes, Lexus doze, you be. Let me get it. Let me hold on. Lexus doze, you be closing when you become one of the chosen. Hoes in different places, different faces, different cases, got me tied like shoelaces. No mistake, this MJG, you ain't gotta be constantly trying to shoot that P, claiming that you ain't heard of me. Keeping it real, let me know how you feel when we communicate. I feel like I did that set of lyrics because that's some real shit too. Hold on, let me scroll my notes. Because, like I said, I broke down this song, but it's some lyrics I skipped over. So I think, okay, so yeah, I did skip over those lyrics. So we gonna talk about it. That I'm doing a side quest. So he talks about you don't have to pretend like you've never heard of me or that you don't know who I am. Keep it real with me, be straight up with me, talk to me, tell me who I am. Tell me who you are and I'll tell you who I am. So he said, keeping it real, let me know how you feel when we communicate. We'll be straight if you express your mind instead of referring away. That was what we talked about at the top, that part. But the part before that is what I'm talking about. Yeah, the keeping it real, that part, that's the part we talked about in the beginning. But the constantly trying to shoot that P, claiming that you ain't heard of me, that's what I'm talking about right now. He's just saying, you ain't got to be out here pretending, you ain't got to be out here faking, none of that. Be straight up, baby girl, and I'm going to be straight up with you. We going to do this thing. We going to be out here navigating, hitting these streets, and we going to have this healthy love because that's what we are able to do. That's what we're capable of if we legit, straight up, be honest and all of that. And so he was telling her, you could be the girl that I fuck with. You could be opening these Lexus doors. We can go around the world. We can do all of these things. But you're not finna play in my face or be on no bullshit with me. That's what you're not about to do. So, and on some real, a lot of us need to start operating that way with people. Just keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Because a lot of us don't operate that way. A lot of us are out here acting as though we have to pretend. And you don't have to pretend. There are people out here that are willing to fight tooth and nail for somebody like you in their life just because they know how you are. And if you are willing to be a person of integrity and be honest about how you feel within that communication, within that relationship and in that connection, y'all could get a lot further. So, another thing is that too many people fall in love with potential. They fall in love with the idea of somebody. They fall in love with pretty words, chemistry, promises, and good conversation. Listen, we got to learn to step outside of all of that and really see the bigger picture, because if we're not really looking, we will end up out here screwed. And that's the truth, okay? We'll end up screwed because we are choosing to not pay attention to what we really need to pay attention to. We look at the potential. We look at the idea of somebody and we love that idea of them. Oh my God, you're amazing. But when we really get into the nitty gritty of communication and learning this person and being and talking with this person, we realize that some things are not exactly what we wanted them to be. So now you have to navigate differently. So, um, so there is a real desire for emotional connection, consistency, and conversation and transparency in this song because that's what he keeps asking. He keeps saying to in so many instances and in so many words that I need you to be emotionally clear with me. I need you to be transparent with me. I need you to communicate with me. I need you to be straight up with me. I need you to have boundaries and respect mine, but also understand that I'm going to use my discernment in every way possible because you're not finna play me. You're not finna pimp a pimp. That's what he's saying. You're not finna pimp a pimp, baby girl. He is not just asking, do you want me? He is asking, can I believe you? Can I believe you and how I show up and how you show up? Can I trust you? And a lot of times that's what people are really asking. Can I trust you? Can I let my guard down with you? Can I be 100% legit myself with you? So the mental thing, trust versus performative love. That's what it is. That's what we're talking about in that set of lyrics. Trust versus performative love. Now, preventing toxic outcomes. Stop building relationships off words alone. Pay attention to patterns, follow through, emotional effort, consistency, and what? That A word that a lot of us don't like. Accountability. Accountability. So, attraction can blind the fuck out of you. You can be so attracted to somebody that you do some dumb shit. Or you let them do some dumb shit to you. Don't let that be you. But their behavior will eventually tell you the truth and how you need to navigate and how you need to move. And the one thing I need a lot of us to stop doing is sabotaging ourselves and sidestepping that intuition and that discernment that we feel when we are in connection with certain people. We sidestep what we truly feel, what our gut instinct is telling us about this person or about this connection. And we really have to be better about that. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to sit in what you're feeling and then navigate it accordingly. Okay? I'm learning that. To be straight up. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I'm learning. It's a lot of stuff that I've always known. I'm learning how to implement and actively use the tools that I've had for quite some time. Because I've been single and I've been over here chilling in the cut. So that's why I'm saying I'm learning to actively implement them so that way I don't end up falling for potential or the idea of somebody. Because I've had people fall in love with the idea of me and I didn't like the outcome because they had a warped sense of who I was instead of actually knowing who I was. So it was different. So the reflective question, have you ever ignored someone's actions because their words sounded good enough to keep you emotionally attached? And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, this set of lyrics here, this set of lyrics is, it shows the woman being kind of vulnerable in how she approaches the situation. So the lyrics said is, ask me time and time again, why did I choose you? Do I want to be your man or just misuse you? She is asking, what you want to do? Who you want to be? How we navigating this thing? Because in all honesty, she is letting her mask slip in this case. So her ego is dropping. Her everything is she's peeling back her own veil, so to speak. And so he's also thinking in regards to the question, do I actually want this love? Do I actually want the access? Do I actually want to be in connection with this woman? So that's an honest question. And I wish more people took that opportunity to ask themselves that question. Am I actually trying to be in connection with this person? Am I trying to use them for what they have available or their skill set? Am I trying to use them for their body? Am I trying to use them for their money? Am I trying to use them for their connections? Or do I genuinely, honestly care about this person or would like to care about this person, especially if it's new? You might not know. But can I navigate this with those thoughts in mind instead of thinking about what I can gain or what I can get from this person? And if you going into a situation thinking about what I can get or gain, then you're already leading into a relationship with the wrong thought process. Okay. So some people want companionship without responsibility. They want intimacy without commitment. They want softness, loyalty, sex, emotional support, and attention, but they do not want to become accountable to the person giving it. Some people just want you for everything that you got, and they don't want to give anything in return. And not only do they not want to give anything in return, they also do not want to they don't want to give anything in return, but they also do not want to be held accountable for how they're showing up and what it is that they are actively taking from you and that situation. So those lyrics within itself is powerful because there is some self-awareness. And there's a mental conflict taking place. He's aware of the conflict, and now he's having to decide. But she is also, because she's the one who posed the question to him, but now he's having to think about that. He's having to think about his answer to the question. Do I want to be your man or just misuse you? Which one do I want to be? Because I really fuck with you. I really like you. But do I want to be your man? Do I want to misuse you? Do I want to just screw you? Whatever it is. Because he wants her, but he is also asking whether he is healthy enough to love her correctly. Have I done the work in order to be in this relationship the right way? Am I approaching this like a pimp? Or am I approaching this in a way that I want this to be something outside of my pimpery? Am I prepared to love this person wholeheartedly and genuinely without compromising their mental or any other forms of their health overall? So this is why this is a love song. And I'm going to keep saying it. This is a love song. It is, and throughout so many different spaces in this song, it is love wrestling with the ego, love wrestling with pride, love wrestling with the boundaries, and all of those kind of things, because you cannot be in love, healthy love and healthy connection, if you're not having these kind of back and forth. Because some of us know we can be toxic, know we could be some firecrackers and shit starters. So he is actively having this mental conversation about how he's going to show her, what he wants, how he wants to be, or what type of man he wants to be to her. That's some real shit. So the mental theme in this is desire versus emotional readiness. Let's talk about it. And so we're trying to prevent toxic outcomes. Before entering relationships, ask yourself, am I emotionally available? Do I want partnership or do I want comfort? Because a lot of times we are not looking for partnership. We are looking for comfort. We are looking for a distraction from the things that we should actively be focused on and taking care of and dealing with. Am I ready to value this person or what they give me? And can I show up consistently? Not just in the way that I want to, but consistently in the way that they may need me to. Not just the way that I want to show up, but can I show up in the way that they need me to? So that's some real questions that we need to start asking ourselves on a regular basis, because if I cannot do any of that, and I feel like if people can't do all of them, then you shouldn't even be looking for a relationship, because, or if you're not even emotionally available, you shouldn't be having conversations about relationships or any of that. Are you willing to show up? Are you available to show up? Is your heart in it or willing to be in it? So many people just be out here looking for a way to be an emotional leech. A lot of people are leeches when it comes to relationships. So the question is, have you ever wanted someone deeply but knew you were not emotionally ready for what loving them required? I'm talking to you. So I told y'all this is a love song. This is a love song. I feel like this is the ultimate love song, because this is why I love it so much. And maybe that's why it resonates with me, because this song never felt like a rap song or just another rap song. This song has always felt different than any other song that I've ever really listened to in this way. And even when it came down to old school hip hop or southern hip hop and stuff like that, this song has always set different. But also over the years, and I mean decades, because this song came out a long time ago. This song came out in, let me tell you, 1995. Okay. We're not going to talk about how old I was listening to this song, but it came out in 1995. Just say I was barely in the double digits, or right there in the double digits. So this how long ago this song was. But the next set of lyrics, and then we get ready to get out of here. And it may be a part two, because there are other lyrics. And I'm running close to time. So it may be a part two, and we're going to tap into it next week. And then the following week, we have Pause by Jill Scott. It's an interlude, but it's an impactful interlude that needs to be heard. So the next set of lyrics is the chorus, New Day, New Age, just me and you, me and you. That's not how she sing it, but but the whole chorus is New Day, New Age. Every once in a while, this is how we slang our game. New day, new age. Nothing is too strong. New day, new age. When setting it out, it's always straight to do. New day, new age. Just me and you, me and you. So this is where the love song structure really starts to show, okay? Because despite all of the women, the luxury status, player energy, the song keeps saying that. Just me and you, me and you. That's what the chorus is. Just me and you, me and you. Okay. Now that man is focused. It's just me and you, baby. What we doing, how we moving, how we grooving. We in connection. I'm focused. Let's be exclusive. That's what he's saying. That's the exclusivity trying to peek through the performance. That man is saying, I was saying we was doing all of this over here and doing all of that, but I really just wanted to be me and you. I really just wanted to be me and you. I want to be exclusive. Now, we've had the conversation about our boundaries. We've had the conversation about what this is and what it ain't. and what it's going to be and how, how I want to operate in this thing. So I really want this to just be me and you. Okay. This man is saying, I don't want everybody. It's not about everybody else. It's not about the crowd, not about the options. I just want you, one person. Me and you, we navigating this thing, we moving and grooving. That is not the language of a pimp. That's the language of a man who was looking for intimacy. This is connective, intimate language. All right? This is how you know this man, like, on the outside, he player, smooth in a mother, smooth as ice and twice as nice, and he ain't never had a bad day in his whole damn life. But that man know he wants you. He may be talking like a player, but emotionally, he keeps looking for the partnership. He keeps looking for someone to build that connection with. Okay? So the mental thing, emotional focus versus performative detachment. Preventing toxic outcomes. Pay attention to what people repeat. Sometimes emotionally grounded people reveal their truth indirectly. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Emotionally guarded people reveal their truth indirectly. But also remember that repeated words need repeated actions. So do not let somebody be talking about just me and you, and then they move in like everybody else still matters, or like everybody else is still a part of what you all are building. Okay. Yeah. Because that's how you set yourself up for failure. This person is talking about just me and you, just me and you, but then they're still moving like everybody else matters. Everybody else is part of what y'all got going on. Everybody else is a part of the full-on thing. Now you're not exclusive. Now you're not one-on-one. Now it's one and everybody else. You and everybody else that he's choosing to deal with or navigate life in that situation with. So the reflective question is, does this person's behavior match the intimacy they claim to want with you? How is this person showing up? If they're saying, I want to be with you, I want to explore this with you, I want to see how this is going to go, and everything that they do is opposing to that, then that means it's not really what they want. It means they like the idea of wanting that thing with you, but they are not emotionally available or prepared to show up for you in that way. Okay? Now, your girl done went over time a little bit. So I'm going to make this a part 2. And I'm going to record part 2 so y'all can get the full song and all of the lyrics that I broke down. I think I had about 4 more sets of lyrics that I'm going to break down. We're going to do a part 2 because I told y'all I love this song, and it was so rich. It was so much richer than people gave it credit for being. This is such a rich song, a deeply emotional song, but also a groovy motherfucking song to listen to when you with somebody that you want to be just me and you. So I'm gonna let y'all go. We're gonna come back to this particular song next week, and then the following week we're gonna do Pause by Jill Scott, which is an amazing interlude, and it is so worth the breakdown. So Space Age Pimpin' is a complicated love song disguised as player music. If you didn't catch it, go listen to it. Go groove to it. Go put this song on repeat until you fully understand what's being said in the words. Because sometimes the words that we need to hear are right there. They are right there. And sometimes we overlook them because we're so busy grooving to the music and the song and whatever mood we in. So go listen, go put it on repeat, and then come back next week so that we can discuss it, or y'all can give me what y'all learned about listening to the lyrics. Okay. So, because again, under all of that pimpery and all of that pimp shit, this man is really asking, can I trust you? Can we communicate honestly? Are you true? Do your actions match your words? Can I emotionally invest in you? Can we be just me and you? Can our love exist with boundaries and integrity? And no, we not finna die. Okay, we not finna be out here dying. We are going to navigate this love in a for real way, in a true way, in an honest way. And we are going to make sure that our actions are matching our words. So if we can do that, baby girl, who knows where this can go? You could be opening Lex's doors. You could be the chosen one. We could be seeing different places and different faces, all of that good stuff. So that is love language. It is just armored love language. That man is covering himself in all of that pimp shit in order to speak love to you in a way that only pimps can. Okay? All right. Um, the other thing is that we have to be fully aware that a lot of people love like this. A lot of people express themselves like this. A lot of people show up in these ways, and they may not necessarily know how to truly say, let's just be exclusive. They'll give all of this, the bravado, the hypermasculinity, all of those kind of things in order for you to fully understand what it is they want you to understand and believe. So, this is how a lot of people operate. Some people don't know how to be honest and true, but outside of all of that guarded stuff, all of that coded ass affection and those loyalty tests and everything, the lesson here is that love is not always expressed in language we expect. That's the lesson. Sometimes it sounds guarded because the person is scared. Sometimes it sounds cocky because the person does not know how to be vulnerable. All right. And sometimes it sounds sexual because that is the safest way they know how to express closeness. We'll talk about that on another show. But love still requires accountability. Chemistry without clarity becomes confusion. And loyalty without boundaries becomes enabling. Desire without emotional readiness becomes misuse. Okay? And intimacy without honesty becomes damage. I told y'all I had a lot of notes. So, before you tap into someone, before you want exclusivity or you want access to someone, ask yourself, are you loving people clearly or are you hiding behind performance, pride, and emotional ambiguity? Okay? Because real connection starts where the mask ends. Going to take that mask off, like Future said. Fucking mask off. Okay? All right. So, your reflection. I'm going to give y'all some reflection prompts so that y'all can do this homework and then come back next week. We're going to tap into part 2. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so after listening to this episode, like going back from the beginning to the end, ask yourself this: where in my relationships have I confused intensity with intimacy? Where have I accepted coded affection instead of clear emotional honesty? Do I allow people to love me in half truths because I understand where their guardedness comes from? Understanding will fuck you up. Being understanding will fuck you up. We'll talk about that another time, though. And most importantly, am I building relationships where love, boundaries, honesty, and integrity can all exist at the same damn time? At the same damn time. At the same damn time. Okay. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how your girl get when it comes to the music. But that's all I got for y'all today. Again, tap in next week for part 2. And then the following week, we doing Pause by Jill Scott. Okay. Okay. And check us out tomorrow, Thursday, for the premiere of PGC Plugged In, where culture, business, creativity, and community stay plugged in. We have some amazing people that'll be popping in on PGC Plugged In. So make sure you lock in and check out the Fat Girl Chronicles, PGC Media, and PGC After Dark. You can check out any other pages for any of the show information to tap in and see what's cracking. PGC Unplugged premieres tomorrow. And then on Friday night, we got the Crazy Rich Aunties. Check out the aunties this week. It's going to get even realer, okay? The aunties are always showing up and showing out, and this Friday does not make it any different, all right? Tap in with your girl. I am your lyrical therapist, your girl Leo Rochelle. And we finna get out this thing. You know how we do. Once again, from Frankie Beverly to Faith Evans, from Anita Baker to Andre 3000, from Maxwell to Megan Thee Stallion, the music has always held the lessons. We just didn't know we were supposed to be taking notes. I'm your girl, Leo Rochelle, and this has been another episode of Lyrical Lessons with Leo. Tap into the music and let it love on you a little bit. And until next week, y'all, I'm out. All right? Okay. Peace out.